It's like, God, I hate a thirsty housewife. You ever meet a thirsty housewife? But what I found interesting is the picture they're using for the whole damn thing is Teresa. So they're dealing with Jen Shah and Taylor Armstrong and all the bad things that have ever happened in Housewives. And of course, Teresa is on there. And the cover shot for the whole series, it doesn't change each week. The cover shot for the whole series is Teresa. So I heard from a reliable source, but I always am curious. But I heard that Teresa is fucking pissed off that you would think, oh, well, it's called Hollywood Demons, Housewives Gone Bad. Hollywood Demons, Housewives Gone Bad. It's on HBO. They deal with a different housewife every week. Hollywood Demons, Housewives Gone Bad. And the cover shot of the whole thing is Teresa. I'll hold it up to show people on YouTube. Can you guys see that? Some people watch our little clips on YouTube. Thank you guys for all the YouTube tips. We've been getting lots of tips on YouTube. I mean, tips like money. So I don't know what we're doing different, but thank you for that. Hollywood Demons, Housewives Gone Bad, and the cover shot is a picture of Teresa. So I heard she's not so happy about that. Shout out to Kimberly Archie, who's on it. Kyle Richards has, recently she's revealed shocking information about her reunion, this Beverly Hills reunion. She said for the first time she has not chosen her reunion look. I'm being sarcastic, obviously, but she said that she has basically been taking turns and has basically been by Teddy's side. During the filming of the reunion is when Teddy was in the hospital and they were taking turns sleeping at the hospital. And someone called her with a theme and a gold dress. And she's like, I don't give a fuck about a gold dress. Pick it out. I don't give a fuck what I wear. There are moments, I mean, that's like the smartest thing Kyle has said in decades on the damn show. Good for her. I do think Kyle is a good friend to Teddi. I think she's standing by her. And yeah, puts things in perspective. I could have told you that. I sit up here, I say nothing in life matters except health. I mean it. I don't just practice what I preach. Good for you, Kyle. I think you realize that. I really think with losing her friend Lorraine and now everything Teddy's going through and Mauricio, this is why she's in love with Morgan. I'm not even trying to be funny. This is why she's in love with Morgan because Morgan is a good, sweet country girl. Mind you, she loves the fame and loves being mentioned on Beverly Hills and acts like she doesn't. She ain't one with a few skeletons in her closet. But Kyle and Morgan have a non-Hollywood relationship. I think it gets Kyle out of all the Beverly Hills bullshit. And I think she's really in love with Morgan. But look, everything Teddy is going through is real. There are a lot of comments online. You guys are not kind to Teddy. Look, I get it. I personally, a lot of people are saying, Teddy is using this as a fame opportunity. She's, doing every interview possible, and she's on Nightline and Us Weekly, and I see it totally, totally different. I don't think we all know how we will deal with death, facing death, the end of our lives when we get there. And that is where Teddy is. People can have their own version of how this is going to end. I hear metastasize. I hear tumors in the brain, then the lung, then back in the brains. So I don't hold anything against Teddy. To me, Teddy is actually really fighting for her life. And when she says something like, someone's like, well, isn't that morbid? I think Tamara even said on the podcast, someone sent me a clip, John Cougar for those from my generation, but let's call him John Mellencamp, calls her and is like, by the way, are you going to be buried in the family mausoleum in Indiana? Kudos to John Mellencamp. Those are the conversations I would be having. I have a whole plan. Should I get a diagnosis? I'm gonna look. There's no, if anyone that's lost a loved one, you know what I'm talking about. Nothing is as easy as cold hard cash. Shannon Doherty went through this too, but I would do the same thing. I'm going to take all my possessions and jewelry and bags, and we don't need to list those here today. I'm going to be dealing with rebag and fashion. Here's the Rolex watch. How much is this? I'm going to try to get rid of everything and turn it into cold hard cash. Now, I'm not going to take any offer. We got to sell it for a good price. But anyone that's gone through this with a family, it's nothing is as easy to divide up as cold hard cash. So I have a whole plan that I'm just going to sit here every day. And instead of doing this podcast, I'm going to be like listing my stuff and have it on different websites. And yeah, I'm going to be planning for my death when I'm diagnosed with something bad. But not to be morbid, but I think Teddi is, I mean, to criticize, like, I'm not telling anyone, don't criticize Teddi. You do what you want. But a lot of these comments really are like, man, she's using this as an opportunity and blah, blah, blah. And look, you think the way you want. I don't see it that way. And by the way, I say I'm going to shut down my social media and no one will ever hear from me again when I get a death sentence, basically. But by the way, I don't know that. Doing this podcast brings me comfort and joy. So, and I don't mean to imply that Teddy's going to die, but I think her diagnosis is very serious. And even when Kyle talks about it, like she has good and bad days, like we see Teddi, like what people don't realize is we are seeing Teddi on the good days only. When Teddy's doing a podcast with Erica, when she's doing an interview, those are actually the good days. She might feel horrible and have to pause there, but those are considerably the good days. The bad days are really dark when you have cancer that is traveling around your body. How you feel the bad days, they're really bad. So we don't see that. So to me, I think when you're in this situation, all rules are off. Do every interview, do everything. But when the father calls and people are like, oh my God, I can't believe this is a conversation, I'd be having those conversations with my family as well. I'm going to plan everything out. Shocker. If I'm lucky enough to have, well, maybe I wouldn't, lucky or unlucky. I mean, for all I know, I could go to sleep tonight and not wake up. Okay, heavy topic. So I'm Team Teddy on this one. I say leave her alone and let her do what she wants. Finally, as we wrap up, because this has now gone on for a long time, Kyle, did you see this? That Kyle, she did another Instagram live, and someone's like, Lisa Vanderpump said that she misses what you guys had, and Kyle's like, I ain't having it. I'm going through a lot with Teddy, all this stuff in life, blah, blah. She's like, Lisa always says something good about me, and then she always says something snarky or snide. So I'm not buying it. I don't care what Vanderpump is saying. Someone's like, no, go and listen, Shuck. She said something good. And Kyle is just like, Lisa can go basically F herself. She rejects LVP. And her shocking information also is that her and Dorit are in a good place. Her and Dorit are in a good place. And there you go. So Gia and Teresa, more fake news. Don't believe everything you read. Teddy's health update. Kyle is in a good place with Dorit. Shocking information, I thought, because we don't really know that. And she has rejected LVP's statement. She doesn't even want to listen. God, do I sound like I'm talking a mile a minute here? I just want to fit in as much as possible. So there you go. Teresa is angry. I heard about this poster that's being used. I haven't watched the series, although gotta show support for our girl Kimberly Archie, talking about Erica J. Love you all. Just a quick hit. We got a bunch of good stuff coming, and I got to start doing more of these every afternoon. Because RHOA acting like Kenya basically wasn't there. She's gone. I gotta do a bigger show about that because I have a lot to say about everything going on with Kenya and Brit and Porsha and all this. I haven't forgotten.